This is the Lockpicking Lawyer, and what I have for you today is a vintage Segal iron padlock. I'm not sure of the exact age of this, but I believe this one was made somewhere in the mid-1920s. There's actually a lot of confusion out there about the age of these locks, and I even see eBay listings pretty often saying that these were made in the 1800s. I think part of that confusion may be because that collectors normally call these Segal Scandinavian padlocks because their case is modeled after the then popular Scandinavian rotating disc locks. Those were produced from the 1870s all the way up until the 1950s. But that resemblance is just cosmetic. If you look at the Segal catalog from the 1920s, which by the way, they were actual hardcover bound books. If you look at those catalogs, you'll see that Segal never actually called this a Scandinavian, and the mechanism is completely different. The core in this one is very basic by modern standards, a pin tumbler design with just 4 standard pins, though this particular one appears to have very nice bitting, so that should provide us with some challenge. The construction is pretty interesting. This huge lock body is almost completely hollow. The outside of it is made of cast iron or steel, but the bottom is made out of either brass or bronze. And you can see just how thin that layer of iron or steel is because of the subtle variation in the color of the patina between the two metals. And this bottom piece is actually just as thin as the sides. This bottom piece of brass or bronze appears to have been cast in one piece with the outer portion of the core. If we open up the shackle, we can see that there are multiple locking grooves. That in fact is modeled after the Scandinavian padlocks, in which those grooves would have interacted with rotating discs. As far as the portion of the shackle outside of the lock body, it's pretty beefy, about a ½ inch thick. So let's see what it takes to pick this guy open. One thing you should note is that it opens by turning the key counterclockwise and does not turn clockwise. So we're going to have to remember that when we're applying tension. I'm going to use a nice thick 50 thousandths of an inch wiper insert and a medium hook to help deal with that really tough bitting. Nothing on 1, nothing on 2, nothing on 3. 4 is binding tightly. Got to click out of 4. Back to the beginning. 1 is binding. Click out of 1. Little click out of 2. 3 is, I think 3 is binding. And that went loose. Nothing on 4. Back to the beginning. Nothing on 1, 2. Click out of 3, and we got it open. Okay, not tough at all to open, but I think still an interesting old lock. That's all I have for you today on this vintage Segal iron padlock. If you have any questions or comments about this, please put them below. If you like this video and would like to see more like it, please subscribe. And as always, have a nice day. Thank you.